Hello there, welcome back. Now this video may be a few minutes longer because I do want to go through all of the elements of the administration panel, or the edit settings panel actually, what I call the hub, the editing hub of your Facebook page. So up here on the top right you're going to see this admin panel. Okay, if you click on admin panel, and that is going to take you to this area here. When it opens, here we go, and this is your admin panel. Now we're actually going to come back and have a look at this in more detail probably in the next video, but for now what I do want to do is go straight up here to manage and click on this little drop down button and edit page. Okay, click on edit page and that is going to take you to the editing hub of your entire Facebook page. This is where it really does happen. So I just want to run through what each of these are in brief. So let's start with your settings. Okay, so you've got posting preferences. So this is, I'm always going to comment and post on my page as my page, even if I'm using Facebook as me. Okay, so this is because you can now use Facebook as either yourself or as a Facebook page. But even when I'm using Facebook as just me and not as a page, I always want to comment and post on the SNA as the SNA. I don't want to comment as me because I'm trying to build relationships with people as the brand, as the page. Okay, and this is also where I can set my email notifications as to whether I want notifications when people post or comment or message on my page. Okay, manage permissions is the section where you can decide if you want to unpublish your page. If you just don't, if you only want it for you or the admins of the page to see it for now, if you don't want other, if you don't want it out there publicly, if you like. This is where you can put in a country restriction, so you can decide whether you only want certain people from certain countries to see your page. You can have page translations, you can have age restrictions, and this is where you can decide whether people can or cannot post to your wall. So can people post to the timeline? Can people add photos and videos to the timeline? And also, do you want to show the box for recent posts by others on the top of your wall? Okay, let me just go back and show you what that is. Up here on the top of my wall, let's give it a second to catch up, are recent posts by others. Okay, so what used to happen is that people would post and they'd be all over your wall. Yeah, it'd be all over your page. No longer. Now there's just a little box here which tells you who's posted recently on your page. So if I click see all, that is actually going to bring up all of the recent posts on my page, and I can now go and speak to people and respond and answer their queries and all that kind of stuff. Okay? So you can decide whether you actually want that to show or not. If you don't want recent posts to show, you can actually untick that and say, nah, I don't want that to show. I just want people to actually see what I'm putting on my wall. Okay. And you've also got this default visibility of posts by others on the SNA timeline, so you can decide whether posts by others are going to be allowed or hidden from the page, and also whether people can tag photos. I like to keep that ticked, because if I post a photo up on the SNA, I'd like to know that other people can tag themselves on that photo if they want to. The message button is brand new. Okay, the message, you'll see on my page that I don't actually have them. In fact, let me view the page but in a separate tab so we can open it. I can kind of go back and forth and show you what's going on. So I don't have the message button currently on the SNA, and the reason I don't is because I have not set up a system yet to manage it. Okay, don't just flick this on if you think you're suddenly going to get bombarded with a load of messages, because if it's even worse to have it activated if you don't have the system or the resources in place to manage people's messages. Only flick that message button on and the message button will show up here, okay, near the liked button. Only flick that message button on if you're confident that you can go and answer everybody's questions. Now, it's a great tool. It's a great tool for customer relationships, for being able to get back to people. But believe me, people will use it. And until such a time, we're right in the middle of updating all our videos and everything at the moment. So I just, I'm very scared that we just don't have the time, and therefore people will get missed, and then it will create even worse customer service. So that button will get flicked on at the SNA when we've done all our videos, updated the site, everything's ready, and we've got a bit more time to manage that. Okay, so do make sure that you've got a system in place to look after that. And then this is the same as it used to be. Okay, you can basically moderate comments and terms. So if you really don't want to see certain terms, certain things that you think may be spam on your page, then you can place these in here, and then you'll be able to moderate and have a look at those posts before they are posted, and then you just click Save Change. And this is also where you can delete your page if you want to delete it. The basic information is your About section, which I showed you before. Yeah, that's this bit here, plus all the other stuff. Okay, so if I just click on About here, then the information it's going to show me is my about, my mission, my company overview, my basic info, my contact info, and who the page owners are. Yeah, if I go back here you've got when I started, my about, my overview, my mission, my contact details, and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's where it pulls that information from. It pulls it from here. Okay, you've got another place where you can upload your profile picture. Alright, so you can go in here and you can actually upload your profile picture from your edit settings section as well, and you can edit the thumbnail. So for instance, if you've got a larger picture and you only want to use the top of it, you can click on edit thumbnail and then you can drag your picture around to fit in your thumbnail. Okay. Okay, and that your thumbnail, what do I mean by the thumbnail? If I go back here to the Social Networking Academy, it's this little thing here that is what comes up when you post or respond to people or talk to people. It's this thumbnail here. Okay, so when you create a post or you respond to somebody, it's that little thumbnail that pops up next to your name. Okay, and of course if it comes up on the news feed and people highlight over it, it's what comes up in this little box here. Yeah. Then you've got featured. This is featured likes and featured page owners. Okay, so I've got my featured likes. Now this is interesting because these pages are no longer shown on your page. They used to be shown down on the left hand side as your featured likes. Of course they're not shown down on the left hand side anymore. Okay, they're up here, likes, and you can say see all, but your featured likes are now at the very top. So if you see I've got Facebook, Facebook pages, Facebook Insights, allfacebook.com. If I go over here, then there they are, Facebook, all Facebook, Facebook Insights, etc. Okay, so my featured likes are now up in this little like box here and not down on the left hand side where they used to be. So you can change those around. If you wanted to promote, if I wanted to edit my featured likes, I can go and start, ticking other pages that I've liked and say, yeah, I like that page, and I can make those my featured likes and put them at the top of my page if I want to at any time. And here is where you can also put in your page owner, which I do advise doing. I think people really want to know who is the owner of the page. And if I go back into the About section, that's where it's going to show. In my About section, there's me as the page owner. And I really recommend that you do that. Feature yourself, okay? And if you've got any other admins and you want to feature them, this is where you can do it. You can basically go and grab those admins and click them and say, yeah, I want them featured on here as well. Okay, and they would then show in that About section there as one of the page owners. So I really recommend that you create that nice, personable, approachable feeling on your page by highlighting yourself or your team as the page owners. If we go to resources, these are just Facebook resources to help us out. So we've got a PDF guide here to make your page engaging, a link straight through to the Facebook advertising, a link straight through to choose our username. What do I mean by username? I've talked about it a few times. Facebook.com/social networking academy. It's your domain. It's your Facebook URL. That's your username. Okay. So you can go here, provided you've got over 25 likes, if it's a subsequent page after the very first timeline page that you created, as per my first video. Yeah, so your first page that you create in timeline, you will get to choose your username automatically. Any subsequent pages after that, you need 25 likes in order to be able to select a username. This is a great link straight through to the social plugins, okay, and I've got a full course on how to use all the social plugins on the SNA, and also how to link your page to Twitter. This is pretty cool, and it means that any updates you put on your page will go straight through to your Twitter account, keeping your Twitter account nice and up to date as well. And then down here you've got the pages help, the developer help, another PDF, and your brand permissions. Okay, so have a good look around this resources section here. Manage admins is another important one. This is where you can basically add more than one admin. We've got quite a few here, but I highly recommend you add more than one admin to your page, because should for any reason your Facebook account, your main profile account, get closed down, and for any reason, I had mine closed down for one day once due to a mix-up with our credit card information on Facebook ads, and thankfully I had a second admin, so I was able to access my Facebook page while they were sorting out and resolving the issue with my personal profile. So should your personal profile ever get closed down, you want to know that you can still access your Facebook page, because this is your business, yeah? So do make sure that you've always got more than one admin, and all you need to do there is you have to be a friend with the person that you're going to select as an admin, and you just type their name or their email address and you can add them as an admin. Okay, this is your apps section. So if we go back to the page, this is where all of these apps are going to show, okay? And I go into this in a bit more detail, as I said, on the bonus video below this course. But this is where all of those apps are. So this is where you can basically go in and kind of edit the settings and make any changes to your apps. Okay. So if I click on here, for instance, and click edit settings for this one, this is where I can go in, I can change the name of the tab, I can change the image of the tab, or I can completely remove that tab from my page. If I don't want it to show anymore, I can just click remove here and it won't even show on my page anymore. Okay. So this is where you're going to and over here as well is where you completely delete the app. You can totally delete it from your page in its entirety. So this is where you manage all of your apps. Okay. Then you've got a mobile section, which basically just runs through how to set up your mobile phone and have mobile email. You've got your insights section, which takes you through to your page insights, which I'm going to go through in more detail on another video. Okay. And then it takes you through to the actual Facebook help section. All right, so that, let me just recap, that is found on the admin panel. Click on admin panel, click on manage and click edit page, and that is going to take you back through to the editing hub of your Facebook page. All right. Okay, in the next video, what I'm going to do now is we're going to go back through this. We're going to have a look at the admin panel and just have a look and see what all of these things are, so that you completely understand this part of your page as well. So I'll see you in the next video.